He's unwell.
Yes, if you can see
Okay. Yes, but I can see him. Yes, the rest remain standing, please.
Eno Samaya,
Iko.
Julius Katana,
Iko.
Charles Kalome,
Itika.
Charles Kalome,
Niko.
Itika.
Michael Mweri, Titus Munyao, Ernest Safari, David Ambaya,
Niko.
Emmanuel Amani,
Niko.
Joseph Bokole,
Niko.
Newton Kimanzi,
Present.
Robert Kainji Katana,
Niko.
Alex Montgomery,
Niko.
Lucas Owino, Mark Kiongora, Maki Kiongora,
Mark. Ongea kwa sauti tafadhali.
Maurice Machacha,
Niko.
Mary Kanzo, Simon Musembi, Winston Wenge, Gilbert Kea,
Mombasa,
You work
2015 to 2018. Mombasa, then transition to Shanghai. By that.
That is good to know, Judge.
Yes.
Welcome.
Thank you.
My name is Ndiam.
Yema. Yes.
I appear alongside Mr. Simbi.
May I see Mr.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Spell your name kindly.
SIMBI, Simbi.
Simbi. Okay.
Yes.
Yes. Ketini sasa. Sorry. Introduce the defense counsel first. The defense
Sorry, the purpose of the record.
Yes.
We are holding brief for Mr. Kimanti, Mr. Jami, Mr. Owiti, and Miss Mbia.
Yes.
My lady concept.
Good afternoon.
Unable to catch a plane until today, just by God's grace, I got a flight at 11. I sincerely apologize for that. And so we can now proceed, Mr. That will be Mr. I have to get to know, to internalize your name, Mr.
Yema.
Yema. Yes, Mr. Yema, proceed.
Thank you very much. There are instructions that the matter was coming up for hearing. And unfortunately, my lady, we are not ready to proceed.
Yes.
Your Honor, when the matter was mentioned on the 11th of June this year, this matter, I understand, was slated for pre-trial on the 23rd of July. Your Honor, on my lady, on the 15th of July this year, this matter was erroneously listed. And thereafter, my lady, we received notices for the hearing this week, that is 11th to the 15th of August, 2025. Now, my lady, what happened is that, Your Honor, pre-trial has not been conducted. And the state, Your Honor, feels it's very important that we first conduct pre-trial. Reason being that as we speak, there are investigations that are currently being conducted. And there have been some new developments, especially in regards, Your Honor, to the victims. Since, Your Honor, we have received new DNA results that has enabled us to identify more victims, and therefore, Your Honor, a likelihood, Your Honor, that we will be amending the information to include more victims, and there's also a possibility, Your Honor, of including more accused persons. We can confirm that we have already exchanged documentary evidence with the defense. However, Your Honor, as I have indicated, we have recently received more evidence that needs to be supplied to the defense. We are yet to do the same. Therefore, my lady, it is our humble submission and requests that the prosecution be granted an adjournment, and that we slate the matter for a pre-trial so that all the issues of discovery and the need for amendment of charges be conclusively dealt with, so that we can have smooth flow of the proceedings, you know, and to avoid interruptions midway towards the hearing, my lady. That is my humble, or rather our humble prayer.
Mr. Sibi, you want to say something? Want to add something?
Yes, Your Honor. Over and above what my colleague Mr. Ndiema said, just like the Honorable Court, for purposes of prosecution of what we now famously call the Shakahola matters, the DPP constituted a team of prosecutors, a special team of prosecutors who are not ordinarily resident prosecutors of Mombasa. And Your Honor, your ladyship will recall when we were taking the quorum, we did indicate the names of these prosecutors. Who are also not present before court this afternoon. So, over and above the reasons stated by learned counsel, we were also requesting for an adjournment for the leadership to also enable us regroup and put our house in order. This is because, Your Ladyship, the matters Shakahola are closely given dates which were basically following each other. And in terms of logistics, it has become a little bit difficult to avail all the prosecutors at the same time. We were just before the Honorable Chief Magistrate's Court just the other week. We were in Tononoka, I think a week before that. And like I earlier said, the team of prosecutors is a specialized group of prosecutors who are not ordinarily drawn from Mombasa, Your Ladyship. So, over and above the reasons that have been advanced, we were also just seeking for a little bit more time because of logistical reasons to allow us regroup so that we can get a suitable date to proceed with this matter. Because they have to be facilitated from across the country, most of them Nairobi, but others living outside Nairobi. and the court will also be alive to the fact that they also handle other matters, whichever places they are stationed. That is all.
The notion that the lead counsel in this matter is from Malindi. Really, that's a very, very false statement. At no single point, Malindi, has there been a lead counsel from Malindi in this matter. Now, defense counsel Mr. Oboni has clearly indicated that he's also privy to the other 3 matters whereby the accused persons are facing. He is the defense counsel in the other 3 matters. And what he has not told the court is that the counsels to whom we are holding their brief, who indicate have been specifically appointed to handle this matter, that is Mr. Jami, Mr. Owiti, and Ms. Rubia, have all appeared in those other matters, that's the other 3 matters. Your Honor, as much as the defense counsel might not have been aware, the DPP formed a special task force to prosecute this matter. And that is why, my lady, we indicated that that team is not before you today. Currently, my lady, I do not, myself and Mr. Simbi do not have instructions to proceed with this matter.
Yes, your leadership, with your very kind permission. Yeah, in the interest of full disclosure, your leadership, I happen to be in the team of prosecutors that has previously handled some of these matters before the lower courts, together with Mr. Obonyo. And Your Honor, maybe off record, I'm actually surprised that Mr. Obonyo says that he's not aware that a team of special prosecutors was appointed. We handled such matter before the Tononoka law courts, where I personally appeared. And the court was informed, and now this is a matter of public record, that there is a team of prosecutors who are appointed by the DPP to handle this matter. So yes, this is a matter, a cause of action that arose in the coast region, but the weight of the matter that is before court and the nature of the offenses are unique, and it is on that reason that the DPP appointed the special team of prosecutors. So that team exists, and the defense counsel is very well aware. Your Honor, on the question that Mr. Obonyo has said that there are 2 counsels here from ODPP and they should proceed with this matter, again, I would wish to respond by saying that the 2 counsels before you are not able to proceed with this matter because, like we said, we are holding brief. And perhaps because Mr. Obonyo did not address it, I would tend to assume that he probably agreed with the position that we are holding brief for our colleagues who were only here about a week and a half ago and for logistical reasons are unable to come to court. He has not addressed that issue, so perhaps it's because he's in agreement with it because there was no opposition to it. And that is the reason why we cannot proceed. There are prosecutors who are meant to handle this matter before the High Court. And like I said, for logistical reasons, they're not here, and so we are unable to proceed. Mr. Ndiema is currently on leave. he was just called when he was just ready to travel. I am going for studies. We were literally just hijacked, Your Ladyship, so that the court doesn't stay without a prosecutor. Is the reason why this matter has taken long is because we were before the Court of Appeal on the issue of number of counts. So the matter has not taken long because of either negligence of the ODPP. It has taken long because the matter was before the Court of Appeal for a long period. All the other matters that were not before the Court of Appeal have substantially proceeded, and it's a good thing that the Defense Counsel is appearing in all of them, and he knows how far we have gone with this matter. So there is no inordinate delay on the part of the prosecution. If one of the witnesses unfortunately died, Your Ladyship, again, death is a natural occurrence, and we cannot attribute it to the case delaying that, and that is the reason why an accused person has died. Any of us can die at any one given time, and it absolutely has nothing to do with the matter taking long in court. And even as I sit, I think it is very important, Your Ladyship, that in Mr. Ndiema's submissions, he said that there are likely to be amendments which can also include addition of the suspects. Investigation is a continuous process, Your Ladyship, and there are a number of authorities to that effect. And my worry, or our worry, is if we include additional persons in this matter, which is there's a high likelihood, then it will serve no justice for us to start and then add them later. That would only mean that the matter would have to start afresh to include those ones. So basically what we are praying for is for the court to just give us a little bit of time to enable the state to put its house in order. It is the first time the matter is coming up here. It is the first time the matter is coming up for hearing before the High Court, and it is the first time we are making this application. And hopefully we will not have a chance to make any of these applications for adjournment. Once we kickstart and put our house in order, we are certain that the matter will proceed without any unnecessary adjournments. So we pray that this Honorable Court allows this application for adjournment. Unless Your Ladyship has other questions.
I'm just perturbed. And I think the prosecutor should remain standing because I'm too short, I can't see them. I am just too short, I can't see you. You know, I want to see your face. Stand up, both of you. I can't see this. This is a very unfriendly. You know, I do not want to do a ruling, I want to talk to you. Mr. Bonyo has alluded to a case management tool.
Yes.
Actually, prior to any event in court, we communicate with the prosecutors. Even last night, I communicated. Mr. Obonyo, did you get my email? I even wrote to prison that I will be traveling. I will be traveling and the case is scheduled to proceed. It is copied to Jami, it's copied to Owiti, it's copied to Obonyo, to prisons to produce. Everyone, yes. So all you needed to do was to just be courteous and just respond through to that email. I wouldn't have actually traveled. I would have sent the government money. You see, I am here. Where's my legal researcher? He is here. I have a driver, I have a bodyguard, I have a secretary, because proceedings have to be typed continuously. We had indicated, and we did pre-trial. So when you say pre-trial has not been done, it doesn't have to be physical. We did pre-trial. We communicated, and where's the IO? Kindly also stand up. Stand up, please. Did you supply the documents as directed by the court? At least you are told I can see you. Yes. Did you give the documents and the evidence?
I supped.
You supped. Can you imagine? It is the prosecution who are not ready to proceed because pre-trial has not been done. That should have come from the defense. The defense should have said, we do not have evidence. But here the defense is saying, we have evidence, we want to proceed. And you are saying, we have not supplied evidence. Evidence was supplied. Because of the distance, I didn't have to come here physically to do pre-trial. That has been done virtually. Perhaps the only advanced is that the team of prosecutors were here about 2 weeks ago, and due to logistical problems, they could travel. Question is, why didn't you just communicate? Go through the thread of communication and personally talk to the prosecutors and the advocates. It would have been courteous for you to just write back and say, Judge, we have a problem, and this is the problem, we will not be there. Isn't it? Haven't you embarrassed me? You have embarrassed me. Look at people who are following. It is a case of not just national interest, attracted international interest. Isn't it?
Yes.
So it is important that it is expedited. Look at the active case management regulations. Cases of public and national interest should proceed on a daily basis. You may have a good reason. Indeed, you have a good reason. But the question is, why didn't you just communicate? When I wrote on 29th, when I wrote yesterday, why didn't you just say, Judge, we are not ready to proceed? In which case we would have told prison, do not produce. The DPP is not ready to proceed. They've been hungry the whole day. They have sat here waiting. You have said, you have just been hijacked. You are not the prosecutors. I do not want to blame you, but the prosecutors were aware that I was traveling. The dates I picked were proposed by the team of the prosecutors. I will not mention the names. I had to call the prosecutor. Why? Because as the chair of CUC, I have to communicate. There has to be coordination between ourselves. You can sit now, I'll keep on straining to see your face. You can sit. But if you want to sit, yes, you can sit. You see, so there has to be collaboration. There has to be coordination. There has to be cooperation. We just can't assume that because they're behind bars, let them just stay. Ultimately, my duty is to ensure that the bad people are put in prison, the good people are acquitted. You might just find that among them, or even all of them, are innocent, because that's what the law says, isn't it? I don't think we've done well. We have not asked myself, the DPP, the defense counsel is okay. We are the ones who are supposed to ensure that this case is heard and finalized within time. I had hoped that we would do about 4 witnesses daily, 4 Monday up to Friday. Would have done how many? 4 times 5 days? 20. Now you are saying that there is a possibility that you are going to amend the charges. It's a possibility. If it's a possibility, we would still have proceeded, and then you would have amended. So I will still adjourn this matter up to Wednesday. You bring the amended charge sheet, the information, and we proceed because pre-trial has been done. So we'll adjourn to Wednesday. You communicate with Nairobi. Yeah. Okay.
On the question of amendment of the charge or information that forms the basis of the charges that are before this honorable court, the learned ODPP has sufficient time to amend on or before the closure of the learned prosecution's case. That is the law. That does not make us stop the wheels of justice, and such an excuse should not be made to stand. The entire team of the learned ODPP are fully qualified, and they know very well that they can change, amend the plea, amend the information and charge at any given point before they close their case. So that should not be a basis for the way of justice to be stopped, so that we don't have a trial today. Fourthly, my lady, it would be insulting to the intelligence of this honorable court if we fail to mention that in the case management tool, a communique that is available both to the prison services, to the learned ODPP, to the defense, and to the Honorable Court. That 4 witnesses were supposed to be in court today, my lady. There was no objection or issue that was raised by the learned ODPP on an email that is dated 29th of July. My lady, we are on the 11th. So they knew very well that we were coming up for a hearing today. The question is, do they have the 4 witnesses or not? Number 2, are the learned ODPP counsels in court able to proceed or not? My lady, to those 2 questions, I beg to request the Honorable Court to answer them in the affirmative. As an officer of this Honorable Court, I have seen the investigating officer in court. That means that witnesses are supposed to be close by. My lady, on the final issue that I would wish to raise on my 5 key points of objection is the issue of a special team that has been formed to prosecute this case. My lady, I've been conducting the defense of the related matters in this particular proceedings, and today is the first time that we've heard that there's a special team that was formed. I cannot speculate. No formal communication has been made to this Honorable Court or to the defense. What we know is that the learned ODPP has enough counsels paid by the taxpayers to ensure that the wheels of justice do not stop. And, my lady, they have spoken of the counsels who are in Nairobi. This is a matter that is a Malindi matter. They have not explained the absence of the lead counsel in this matter, who is a learned ODPP from Malindi. And connected to that, my lady, the Honorable Court has traveled through thick and thin from Nairobi and ensured that the learned court is present. My lady, I pray to this Honorable Court not to allow this adjournment and to compel the learned ODPP to proceed as was set. The accused persons have not been allowed bail in bond terms. They were arrested starting from March of 2023. The last person was arrested in May of 2023. The rules of natural justice, they ought to have had their day in court. Needless to mention, one has even waited until he died. My lady, let us not delay this matter. We pray that we proceed. Thank you. Vacant permission, I've heard the sentiments of the learned ODPP. But my lady, we have serious reservations to this particular application being made by the learned ODPP. For the avoidance of doubt, we vehemently object to this particular application and request this Honorable Court that we proceed on the following basis here, my lady. My lady, number 1, pre-trial in this matter has been done in a very unique, insightful, just, and progressive manner. This Honorable Court, since being appointed by the learned Chief Justice to handle this matter, preemptively and in the interest of justice, communicated a case management tool that was shared to the learned ODPP and the defense. and this was for purposes of confirmation, so that we can avoid any instances of delaying this matter inordinately. My lady, the first contact for this Honorable Court with the learned ODPP and the defense was in May of 2025. And this case management tool required for us to confirm attendance as well as pre-trial. My lady, the last communication prior to today was the communication that came from the learned court on the 29th of July 2025, whereby these dates were communicated to all parties. My lady, my learned colleague from Malindi Law Courts, that is the learned ODPP, Ms. Ngina Mutua, was present. Our learned colleague, Mr. Owiti JV, was present. Our learned colleague, Mr. Jami, was present, and they were holding brief for the entire team. My lady, indicating to this Honorable Court a lack of preparedness is taking the wheels of justice back and denying the accused persons their right to be heard in court. So we object to this particular line of argument. Secondly, my lady, on the question of pre-trial, discovery and disclosure of documents, we as the defense have not raised any issue as to any document that has not been supplied to us. My lady, when we are doing pre-trial, when we are doing the case management, which forms part of pre-trial, we have confirmed that the investigating office, that is the National Police Service, through the IO, have already supplied us with whatever documentation they will need to rely on. This is an activity that took more than 4 days, my lady. The fully dedicated men and women of National Police Service fulfilled their obligation. And my lady, we took out 2 pre-trial mentioned dates so that we can ensure that supply of documents has already been complied with. So on the part of discovery, my lady, we would wish to rebut that position by the learned ODPP. We have been fully supplied. How are you?
Yes, it is.